These are some really good teams to use. Muck with Black Sludge, Minimize, Toxic, Acid Armor, and Acid Spray. He has low defense compared to his special defense, so instead of using Stockpile, you will want Acid Armor. And Minimize will be very good for evading the target. And also, you want to Toxic the target, and then Toxic Acid Spray will lower the target's special defense by 2, as you all know. If you keep using this, it will get stronger each time. Then the next Pokemon, it's a very well-known, actually not so well-known, sweeper. This is my build-up team. Drifloon with Rocky Helmet. He will want Aftermath. He wants Toxic, Minimize, Stockpile, and Acrobatics. And actually, he does not want a item because Acrobatics will double the power if it has no item. On to the next Pokemon. Then we want a Sableye with Sablonite with Keen Eye and Calm. Actually, it doesn't matter because he'll change when he Mega Evolves. Calm Mind, Will-O-Wisp, Recover, and Shadow Ball. Then we've got Bronzong with Toxic Orb. Since he's immune to poison, it will be good. Then he wants Levitate. Then he wants Trick Room, Trick to give the opponent the Toxic Orb since he's immune to it, Stealth Rock, and Rock Slide. And then we want a Steelix with Steelixite with Sturdy. We want Rock Polish to raise our speed so we can easily break the opponent's team. And if they're planning on doing something like Spikes or Dark Void, you're going to be able to do Taunt, which will taunt the opponent. Then you're going to want to do Rock Slide and Toxic. This is an okay-ish moveset for Steelix. This is a build-up team. Then we've got Bisharp with Swords Dance, Brick Break, Thief, and Rock Polish. You want to raise your speed with Rock Polish, raise your attack with by 2, of course, for both with Swords Dance. Then Thief will steal a opponent's item and do some damage, and since it's has no item, there you go. And Brick Break is just coverage. And yeah, so there's the first team that's good for strategies. The next, let's build it real good. Minimize. It's a minimizing team. Then we want a Muck, basically the same, not all the way the same. A Muck with Stink, Black Sludge, Minimize, Acid Spray, Toxic, and Stockpile. I'm going to go through this quickly. Drifloon with Rocky Helmet, Aftermath, Minimize, Stockpile, Ominous Wind, and Swagger. You'll confuse the target and with Swagger and raise its attack. Then you want to go for Minimize over and over and over again. Then you want to go for Stockpile a couple times. Then you want to start doing Ominous Wind, which not only will attack the target, will also have a chance to raise all of the stats at once. Then you want a Spiritomb with Black Sludge, Infiltrator, and Trick, Dark Pulse, Will-O-Wisp, and Nasty Plot. First, you want to probably go for Trick before it poisons you. Then you want to go for Nasty Plot a couple of times because it will raise your special attack. Then for coverage, you'll have Dark Pulse, which is a special attack move, and it has 20% chance to flinch the target. Next, you want to have a Greninja with Quick Claw, Protein to change its type depending on the move, Matlock, Extrasensory, Dark Pulse, and Ice Beam. Then you want a Malamar with, this is an important one, with Toxic Orb, Contrary, because then instead it's vice versa for stat changing moves. Superpower, which usually would lower the user's attack and defense by 1, and it does 120 damage. So instead, it will be 120 damage, 100% accuracy, and higher the user's attack and defense by 1. Then you want to, but first you don't want to use that right away. You want to go for Switcheroo and then give the opponent the toxic orb you are holding. And then you want to go for Trick Room because Malamar isn't very fast. Then you want to Topsy-Turvy is just in case, in case they have like a very build-up going on, very big build-up going on. There you go, you have Topsy-Turvy. Then Superpower is, like I said, coverage and needs contrary. Next, we have Weavile with Focus Sash, Pressure, Ice Punch, Night Slash, Giga Impact, and Fake Out. Actually, yeah. Then we've got Strigo. We've got a Dragog with Quick Claw, Poison Point, and of course all of the teams are shiny. Toxic Spikes to put spikes below them. Then you want to go for a Rain Dance, because then your Thunder, which you have, will, instead of having a 70% chance of hitting, it will have 100%. Then after you get this, depending on the opponent's a problem, like if it's a dragon type, you want to go for Dragon Tail to switch it, and the next Pokemon will get toxic, and you'll do a good deal of damage to that Pokemon. Or you want to, if it's like a water type and you just want to quickly get it done, you want to go for Thunder, and it won't miss no matter what. That's also a good strategy. Then we've got another Weavile with Focus Sash, Pressure, Fake Out, Giga Impact, Ice Punch, and Night Slash. We've got a Fortress with Atomize, because it's really slow. Toxic Spikes, and Volt Switch to get some coverage and be able to switch easily. Then we've got a Muck with Minimize, Shadow Punch, Dynamic Punch, and Thief. I don't agree with this kind of Muck anymore, but it's also pretty good. Like if you have a Minimize going, if you have scratch Shadow Punch, put Toxic. If you have a Minimize going, Thief's also a really bad idea. Right, so Dynamic Punch will be good with the Minimize, because then they'll keep not being able to hit you, and then you can keep not being able to hit them. Eventually you'll do 100 damage and confuse the target. We've got Clauncher, I would have sworn that was called Clauncher. Claw Wizard. Maybe Clauncher is the first evolution? With Mega Launcher ability. Right. Then we've got Crab Hammer. Ice Beam, Aqua Jet, and Dragon Pulse. Then we've got a Magmigius with Toxic Orb, Levitate, Trick Room, Will-O-Wisp, Trick, and Parasong. We've got to get through this quickly because I do not have much time for my last team. Then we've got Untitled 1, which is the best. We want an Aeron level 1, really important to be level 1 with Sturdy and a Quick Claw. And it has to be Aeron with Endeavor, Stealth Rock, Harden, and Toxic. The Harden is not needed because there's no reason for it, it's just there. Then we want a Mega Gengar, like a Gengar with a Mega Stone, with Levitate, Parasong, Toxic, Protect, and Pain Split. Then you want a Drifloon with Aftermath, Minimize, Stockpile, Acrobatics, and Psychic. Then we want a Malamar with Superpower, Dark Pulse, Switcheroo, and Taunt, with a Toxic Orb. Then we want a Dragog with Leftovers, Poison Point, Dragon Tail, Toxic, Rain Dance, and Thunder. I honestly think that's the best moveset for him. Then we want a Snorlax with Leftovers, Thick Fat, Rest, Body Slam, Fire Punch, and Whirlwind. And those are my strategies.